5:30 a.m. Saturday, June 30th. Wait, it makes it look bright up there, but it isn't. And it's about 39 degrees. Just getting ready to hit the trail. Just on the trail, out a few hundred feet. It might look too bright with the skyline there. Anyway, that's Dana right there. It's probably the last close look I'm going to get till I get up on the ridge, because I'm going to be in the tree line. The first pond along the trail. A second pond. A year ago, June, this was all under several feet of snow. Didn't see any grass. I'm down in tree line, eventually get above tree line and we'll see nothing but rocks. I'm getting towards the end of tree line now, which happens pretty fast. Trail goes through there. It's gonna go busting right up straight through there. 6 o'clock and the sun is just beginning to hit peaks. Definitely starting to pull now, getting up above the valley a bit. Probably only a couple hundred feet, but it puts me at 10-2, which I begin to feel. And the sense of this now is 1,500 feet up like this to the first ridge, and another 1,500. Looking back, I guess kind of west towards the valley where 120 would be running out that way. Cars down there in the valley. It's about an hour out. I'm taking my first real stop. I feel pretty good. I feel like it's over 10,000 feet though. Here's what the trail going up looks like. Kind of works its way just through these rock piles. My next major benchmark will be getting up at the ridge, which is up about 1,500, so it must be about 11.5, but that could be an hour and a half away. Well, I'm now up on the west side of that knob, so when I take a picture from down below looking up at the mountain, this is the big knob on the left, and Dana Eye seems to be to the right of it, and the trail goes straight up in between them. So there's that knob. I recognize this from last year. As soon as you get around the knob, you just start working your way up. And up at that next ridge line, I think, is where the 11.5 mark is. We'll know more later. I don't know if that'll show up, but the sun is really shining on the high country. And I remember this stretch. Trail goes up through there somewhere. It continues up. Trail goes right up through there. This zigzagging part of the trail, you can see it here, zig-zagging down. That's what I could spot from the car yesterday with the binoculars. The other thing to remember is from the position of the car down there, you can see I'm almost due south of it. So basically leave the car and pretty much work around that first big knob on the left, the east, and bust your ass all the way up. Coming up, I guess from about 500 feet up to gain the 1,500 to get to 11.5. It looks bad, but actually the trail winds its way through here, so you're working your way around most of this rocky crap, even though the trail gets rocky in spots. I just figured what they are. Meandering switchbacks. I will leave not too much beyond that top ridge line is where the 11.5 mark is with the shelter of rocks and stuff, where I'll take a big break. You can see I'm just going up. They're just taking you up this thing. You know, all the way around is that ridge. And further back on the left, the east side, is just that big knob you could never get. Getting close to the ridge, here comes the sun. It's going to be bursting over this very shortly. Where's my Beatles 8-track? Here comes the sun. Haven't had sunglasses on yet, haven't had the hat on. Haven't had the gloves on for a long time either. Won't need them when the sun comes out. All right, looks like a beautiful. Standing tall on the north side of the first ridge up to Dana. The little rock pile there's the rock shelter that marks 11,500. It's about 7:30. I'm at the 11,500 foot level. This is the stone structure, the rock structure that marks that. And you can see I'm a big flat ridge. That's looking west because the sun isn't in my eyes. I'm going to try to go around looking where the mountain is. That's the beast. That's the next 1,500 feet. That's really... I'm done with the easy part. The mother's coming up. What are you doing? I can't give you anything yet. No. Don't get too bold, buddy. Don't get too bold. Maybe this is this guy's house, or maybe he just is the toughest guy around. I'm going to eat and get the hell out of here. He could be rabid. It's like Jimmy Carter's rabbit that knocked over the boat. This plateau is just spectacular. It's so quiet. It's so big. Excuse me. Just reminds me of some of the high country in the Wallowas of eastern Oregon. Brother, do you remember that? I don't know if I can shield the sun or anything, but you see the trail going there, the rock pile there. And these little white guys couldn't be Edelweiss, could they? It's about 8:45. The trail's beginning to run out. I'm at about 12,200 feet. So that means I got about 900 feet of this crap. These little blue flowers, I'm at about 12.6 I think now. I'm coming across these little blue flowers, paving my way up the trail. Pretty neat. Here I'm at 12,008, looking over the left shoulder of Dana over some snow. There's Mono Lake. So it's got to be up there somewhere, the top that is. But I got to say, it has now turned into just a bitch. Geez, just notice, look at this rock in front of me. The ripples, the coloration. Shit, I gotta stop and breathe and see what's going on around me. This profusion of blue flowers. I know I'm not to 13,000 yet, but I must be 12.9. They're just everywhere. Look at them. Wow. What beauties. I don't know what the hell they are, but well, maybe they're purple instead of blue. I don't know. Still not to the summit, but I think I'm the edge of the northern saddle. There's Mono. That's what the edge of the friggin' saddle looks like. It's 9:52. I'm at 13,053 feet. Eureka, I'll only say it once. Holy shit. Mono Lake. Looking south, down the east side of the Sierra. Mammoth ski runs scarring that mountain over there. Coming back over here to whichever one of these is Mount Lyell, which is a little higher than this guy. I don't know if you see the two lakes over there. That's where the John Muir Trail would have taken me in 2004 up and over Donahue Pass and going south. And of course there you're looking down into Lyle Meadow all the way down to Tuolumne. Looking down where the cars are, as you can see 120 down there, and all the ponds of the Dana Meadows area. All I can say is, God damn, it's a long way down there. And I got the return trip to make. But I think I'm going to sit up here. What? 10 o'clock? I think I'm going to sit up here for an hour or two. Just to illustrate, this is the top. Is it 50 feet that way? 10 feet and heading down that way. Goes down that way a little ways. Starts going down right there. Oh, I hadn't seen that. There's a rock shelter. Someone was to spend a night up here. Would have been a hell of a night, especially in a lightning storm. It's 12:41. I'm back to the 11,500 foot elevation where this shelter is. Looking back from the rock shelter at 11,500 feet, looking up the ridge where the trail took me, probably to the left of that second patch of snow from the left, on up the ridge, where it sure doesn't look so rocky from down here, but it looks rocky from up there. 13,053 feet, probably the last, say, 750 to 1,000 feet is just a rock pile. That little bitty piece of snow on the top of the left ridge, just below the peak, is the place where I would have taken the shot of Mono Lake, right next to the snow, way up there. I'm down below the ridge, probably at about 11,000 feet, and nothing but rocks, still nice blue sky, and popping up over the ridge, a little bitty white cloud. Otherwise, the weather's just perfect. Heading on down. I must be a quarter mile from the car, but this is so friggin' beautiful walking through this meadowy treat area. I can't believe it. This is just a hell of a way to cap the trip at the end. You kidding me? More. One of the ponds coming out. I must be 1/8 of a mile away from the car now. But this is just too friggin' spectacular. One last glimpse with all the noise in the background. Back to civilization. I can always edit this out.